We have one that is that's deceased.
Breaking tonight, a deadly shooting at an Upper Arlington home.
The gunfire that rang out as kids went trick-or-treating nearby.
A car stolen and crashed, all with an innocent child inside.
I didn't expect to see a car in my yard.
How the boy is doing and the search for the person who got behind the wheel.
Just don't steal the Reese's cup.
Wet, windy, even flurries for Halloween night.
So what does that mean for the bus stop forecast tomorrow?
And at 11:15, an increase in exorcisms.
Eyes turning black, eyes rolled in the back of the head, foaming at the mouth.
What it's really like to face evil.
10 TV News at 11 starts now.
And 10 TV News at 11 starts with an update to breaking news.
It's very surprising, but reality is that things happen.
An Upper Arlington neighborhood in shock after a deadly shooting tonight. Officers went from keeping trick-or-treaters safe to rushing to a report of gunfire.
Neighbors say it happened just as children started their trick-or-treating. Here's a map of the scene. Colchester Road near Ridgecliff Road. That's not far from Zollinger and Tremont Roads. 10 TV's Brittany Bailey is there with what police are saying. Brittany?
Well, police have not been able to share much information with us so far. They say they are really still trying to figure out exactly what happened in the brick house just behind me here. They say they were out on what they call pumpkin patrol for trick-or-treating when they got a phone call about a shooting that brought them here.
I thought I heard a couple of pops. As I told you, I used to be a police officer in Florida. And I was in the military, and it sounded like, I thought I heard like firecrackers, but I couldn't be sure. You know, the windows are shut, but and it was right at 6:30, 7 o'clock, or in that ballpark when the kids were trick-or-treating, you know, and so I didn't pay much attention to it.
What neighbor Jack Seelig did hear likely were gunshots. Upper Arlington police confirm there was a shooting here on Colchester Road tonight. One person died, another is in the hospital recovering. Police did want to make clear that one person is in custody. A suspect is in custody, so there is no danger to the neighborhood. That came as welcome news to Jack Seelig and his brother Rick, who live right across the street from one another, just a couple of blocks from where this shooting happened.
This is Upper Arlington. This doesn't happen out here, but that's naive to say because obviously it does. But that's, you know, that's the type. We don't have a lot of trouble out here.
Upper Arlington police could not confirm the gender of either the victims or the suspect in this case, and we don't know the extent of the injuries of the person recovering in the hospital tonight. Of course, as soon as we do learn more information, we will pass that along to you. Reporting live in Upper Arlington, Brittany Bailey, 10 TV News.
Turning now to Adopt the 10 weather alert and bundling up for Beggars Night. The candy prowl began wet and then windy, but the kids weren't letting anything get in their way.
Light fell. A few flurries moved into central Ohio, which has us asking what comes next. For that, we're going to go to Jeff Booth. Jeff?
Very cold and windy conditions overnight. We are drying out. We can't rule out a few light flurries over the next couple of hours, but generally don't expect much to stick. Maybe on some elevated surfaces like that table on your back deck or the picnic table, something along those lines. But let me show you what's going on right now with our Doppler 10 radar. We can see a few light flurries up in far northern Crawford and Richland counties, and a couple now making their way through Clark County into southwestern Madison County. We do have high wind advisories in effect in much of the area. Those winds are howling. We've had those wind gusts easily into that 40 to 50 mile per hour range in some areas. Freeze warning is going into effect as well. So if you don't want those plants to die, go cover them up or bring them in after the newscast, because we are going to see some cold weather tonight. Look at the city, shows those clouds with us, and right now it's 36 degrees here in town. We're at 33 in Bucyrus. Good evening, Urbana. You're looking at 32. We're generally in the low to mid and upper 30s across the area, but it feels more like we are in the low to mid and upper 20s. We're waking up tomorrow morning with wind chill values easily into the 20s. By 9, we're at freezing. We should top out at 46. Still a little breezy, but we are going to be watching those winds back off through the day. Coming up, we're going to have your entire weekend forecast, so you can plan that out in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Jeff. And check in with 10 this morning, tomorrow from 4:25 to 7 a.m. for Central Ohio's only live Doppler radar. We'll help you dress the kids for the bus stop. Jerry?
Tonight, Columbus police are looking for the person who stole an SUV with a child inside and crashed it. 2 people went to the hospital out of this, including the 7-year-old boy. Now, here's a look at where it happened. The Hilltop area near Sullivan and Midland Avenue. And 10 TV's Angela Reichert is piecing together what led up to this.
Sometimes afraid to walk out your front door.
A scary scene on Halloween night, something this woman never expected.
Nothing like this, anyway.
Just feet from her home, 2 vehicles crashed on Midland Avenue in Hope Place.
I was seeing that car as close as it was. I'm like, please. This is like shocking to me because I didn't expect nothing like this to happen. It never has since I've lived here.
Police say parents put their 7-year-old boy in this gray SUV. It was running at the time. They walked away and someone took off in it. Police say that person then crashed into this white truck. The parents were running closely behind. They were able to grab their child out of the stolen SUV, but the suspect got away.
Scared that they could be somewhere close by.
Fortunately, police say the little boy is okay, but he did go to the hospital to be checked out. That boy's mother also went to the hospital. We're told she hurt herself running to get him, but she should be fine too.
Police tell us they weren't able to get a good description of the suspect, but we know they are still looking for them. For now, reporting in Columbus, Angela Reichert, 10 TV News.
Well, a disturbing crime report from Ohio University. OU police say a female was raped early Sunday. Officers haven't said whether or not she's a student, but they do say she went to the hospital. And while there, she told a nurse she was at a house party at an unknown location. She felt dizzy. Next thing she knew, she woke up somewhere else. Doctors confirmed she was sexually assaulted. Well, just last month, we told you about a reported rape in an OU dorm room. The victim, who was not a student, reported that a male engaged her in sexual conduct without consent. Now, the woman also said she was hit on her head. OU says it is making moves to keep students safe, like the Bobcat Safe app. This app allows students to follow one another and text a police officer.
A Hilliard man remains locked up tonight, accused of trying to lure children to his car. It happened Monday near Westbrook Drive and Jeanette Road. Police say the man tried to entice the 12-year-olds with $5. They refused and took off. A parent called 911. After a tip, officers found 25-year-old Jose Duarte and charged him with 2 counts of criminal child enticement. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. We want to help keep your family safe. Log on to 10tv.com/crimetracker10 to see what police are investigating in your neighborhood.
Tomorrow, the jury will begin deliberating in the trial of Quentin Smith. He's the man charged with the murders of Westerville police officers Eric Joring and Anthony Morelli. Today, jurors heard closing arguments. Prosecutors told the jury while this was a difficult case to hear, it isn't a difficult one to decide. Even the defense concedes Quentin Smith killed the officers. Smith's attorneys, though, tried to raise doubt about whether he did it purposely.
The prosecution wants you to believe that this shooting was a product of a purposeful killing. This was an unexpected, panic, and confusing unfolding of events.
All of that was created by that man sitting right there. Not by the police officers, not by Candace, by Quentin Smith, the defendant.
Well, Candace Smith being Quentin Smith's wife, who called 911 on that day. The jury returns tomorrow to begin deliberations. Download the 10 TV News app for instant updates. All right, it is a term that gained popularity in movies.
It did, and one you might be watching for Halloween.
A man has been sent for as a last resort to try and save her.
New at 11:15, the reality and the increase of exorcisms.
The only thing scary about that trick-or-treat was the wind and the flurries. I'm tracking a freeze warning as we head into your Friday, coming up.
He was cute. And a flashback at the drive-thru, the retro return of some of those first McDonald's toys. That's coming up.
A whole family killed by carbon monoxide. and it should never have happened.
Found no carbon monoxide detector in the home.
But all detectors aren't the same, so Consumer 10 put them to the test. And what we found out can save your life. Silent Killer, tomorrow night at 6.
Down on the farm, we love steak.
Try our new steaks at Bob Evans, like our Steak Benedict and Bacon Bourbon Sirloin, all USDA choice, starting at just $9.99.
Bob Evans, down on the farm.
Dude, where's your costume?
Byers Auto, proud sponsors of Ohio State Athletics.
I was hurt by a truck.
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 My husband was hurt by a truck. I was hurt by a truck, and I called Colombo Law.
Hurt by a truck? Call Colombo Law.
I'm Judge Jody Thomas, and as the drug court judge, I fight for our community every day, turning lives around and reuniting families. Help me fight for you. I'm asking for your vote on or before November 5th.
Vote Judge Jody Thomas for Municipal Court.
There's a reason Toyota Camry is America's best-selling car. With more standard horsepower and better MPG than Honda Accord, it's a better deal. Now get $1,750 cash back on any new 2019 Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
It's Black Saturday at Art Van Furniture. Get Black Friday discounts up to 30% off the lowest price. Accent chairs, $98. Dining sets, $198. Reclining sofas, $598. Don't wait. Shop Black Friday discounts now at Art Van Furniture and Mattress.
We trust USA more than any other company out there. They give us excellent customer service every time.
Our 18-year-old was in an accident. USA took care of her car rental and getting her car towed. All I had to take care of was making sure that my daughter was okay.
If I met another veteran and they were with another insurance company, I would tell them, you need to join USAA because they have better rates and better service.
We're the Gomez family.
We're the Rivera family.
We are the Kirby family, and we are USAA members for life.
Get your auto insurance quote today.
We're not saying we're above anyone, but we actually are.
At Premier Allergy and Asthma, we offer some of the most innovative treatments available, like oral immunotherapy for food allergies. With this cutting-edge treatment, we can increase protection against allergic reactions. Call Premier Allergy and Asthma today. Relief is just a phone call away.
Closed captioning on 10 TV is sponsored by Custom Air.
Stay with us as we journey toward a cancer-free world with the James, coming up on 10 TV.
Right now, we want to take a look at some live pictures from California as firefighters battle what's called the Maria Fire. Take a look at this. This is Ventura County, which is in Southern California. A large portion of the state is on fire right now. We're going to have much more on this on 10tv.com.
Well, it's Halloween, which means scary movies just like this 1973 classic, The Exorcist.
Something beyond comprehension is happening to a little girl on this street, in this house.
But the Vatican is doing real-life training so priests can perform exorcisms year-round. And they're increasing in number. In 2005, there were 12 trained exorcists in the country. Now, around 125. Stephanie Stanovich sat down with a trained exorcist and someone who says they witnessed an exorcism being performed.
Not a whole lot. Scares me. Being in my line of work and the things that I do, I was frightened.
25 years ago, Rhett Leisure worked at a mental health facility for children and adolescents. She had a family schedule a visit with their 10-year-old son and asked if they could bring friends from church.
I had no idea that they were actually planning an exorcism until they came for the visit.
That was her first brush with an exorcism.
He was just laughing. They were praying over him. They were putting hands on him. And all of a sudden, he changed.
Leisure says the boy became violent and was strapped down with 5-point leather restraints.
And he just came out of those and flipped on his back like it was nothing. That is impossible.
The Catholic Diocese says 4 common signs of possession are speaking unknown languages, demonstrating strength beyond normal capacity, having unusual knowledge, and resisting anything sacred.
At one point, his eyes turned black, and I was kneeling next to him and I saw it.
The manifestations can be anything from eyes turning black, eyes rolled in the back of the head, foaming at the mouth, bodily contortions.
Father Vincent Lampert pastors this church here in Brookville, Indiana. Not only is he a priest, but he's also trained to perform exorcisms.
I was appointed to be the exorcist for the Archdiocese of Indianapolis in the fall of 2005.
At the time, he had been a priest for 14 years.
I tell people I got the job because I was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
He trained in Rome for 3 months with a Franciscan priest and helped with 40 exorcisms. Now, the Vatican is training more priests as requests increase.
In today's world, faith seems to be in decline. There may be more people that are opening themselves up to the reality of evil.
In order to know if one needs to be performed, Catholic priests have to ask a series of questions and follow certain protocols.
Exorcists are trained to be skeptics. I should be the last one to believe that a person is really up against the forces of evil.
They take into consideration mental health. If the person is on medication, what experts in the medical field notice out of the ordinary, and if they have an obsession with the topic of evil.
I think a lot that has to do with Halloween and maybe some of the programs on TV. They do kind of push it over the edge a bit.
Father Lambert says an exorcism is always about a battle of faith. His advice is to leave them to trained professionals and make your own perception of whether or not you believe in it.
As an exorcist, I can present what the church believes, but then it's up for people, it's up to them to decide what they do with that.
Reporting in Brookville, Indiana, Stephanie Sanovich, 10 TV News.
Now, Father Lambert gets around 1,800 calls every year from around the world, but after asking questions and following protocol, he only performs a few of them every year.
That's not something that, I don't know, I would want to see one in real life, and then I could really just kind of, do I believe this or not? You know what I mean? But I do believe, I mean, there's enough evil in the world, period. You know what I'm saying? Just with people in general, but, you know, I
believe I'm going to have some nightmares tonight.
I know. You see the movie and you have nightmares, but yeah, people tell these stories, and you know, if there's good, there's evil, definitely so.
Definitely, and I'm not going to say that the evil forces were out in play tonight, but we did have some nasty weather out there, and some wicked weather, you could say. We are looking at some big-time changes. We've had some flurries in some spots. Let's show you what's going on right now, though. We are at 36 degrees. That wind, sustained wind, has backed off a little bit. Still gusting, though, into the 30s, but we've had wind gusts that have gotten into the 40s throughout the evening, and you know what? We are looking at a real feel temperature of 26 degrees, so gusty and chilly out there. And as we head through the evening and overnight hours, winds back off into the really mid-20s to the mid-30s as we head through the overnight, and then by tomorrow morning they will back off down into that roughly 10 to 20 mile per hour range, 15 to 25 mile per hour range across the area, which means that we will be talking about the wind chill factor. We'll get to that in a second. Let me show you what we're tracking right now. We've had a couple of light flurries here and there, few of those trying to show up in far northeastern portions of the area, up towards Shelby, up towards Mansfield. Also a few flurries trying to show up towards Midway, out towards Jeffersonville, and even out towards London. We did have some of that action earlier today. In fact, this was out in Bell Fountain from Debbie Korn, some light snow flurries out on her deck, and that's where we did see a little bit of light accumulation out along those back porch tables. Anything that was kind of elevated had the potential to pick that up. Here we have a shot. This from Mary Lucas out in Bell Fountain. This is Bella's first bout with snow. Having fun and chasing around those old dogs. They're having fun too. At Jeff Booth 10 TV is how you get me your photos on Twitter. You can post photos and videos onto my Facebook page at Jeff 10 TV, and I can use them on the air. Down to 30 degrees tonight, howling winds, downright frigid. Winds roughly in that 15 to 25 mile per hour range, but gusting to around 40 miles an hour. But those will be slackening through the overnight hours. And then by tomorrow morning, we have wind chill values that are in the mid to upper teens and low 20s as we start the day at 5 a.m. 7 o'clock, not much change. Really, even as we head towards 9, we don't have a whole lot of change. So, yes, wind chill values definitely on the frigid side tomorrow morning. And even when we warm up at lunchtime, we're still looking at very chilly conditions. So we have chilly, windy, just kind of spooky weather out there through the overnight hours. Wind chill values dropping into the 20s and even some into the mid and upper teens by tomorrow morning. Sunshine will return on Friday, but it will be cool. Hour by hour tomorrow, you can see we have temperatures in the mid to upper 20s to right around 30 at 7 a.m., but again, feeling colder than that. By lunchtime, we're back into the mid and upper 30s to right around 40. That sunshine takes hold through the day. Temperatures top out in the low to mid 40s. 1st and 10 football games, upper 30s and low 40s. Dave Holmes right now is not happy about that. He's so unhappy. He's tweeting a picture, probably of me doing something or making me look bad just because he's on his phone right now. I can see he's upset with that. He's just saying, he doesn't like that for 1st and 10. 46 degrees, that is the high tomorrow. Again, it's going to feel a little cooler than that with the winds. 48 on Saturday, 47 on Sunday. We are going to have overnight lows over the next few evenings in the upper 20s and low 30s. We do fall back, though, as we hit Saturday night, so you get the extra hour of sleep. Then we're back into the 50s to start out the work week before the next cool down comes. Knocks those temperatures down by the middle of the week. So, Dave, I hope that the extra hour of sleep is enough to forgive the really, really cold 1st and 10 football games.
No, it's not. No trade. No trade.
No.
It's been a wild and crazy Halloween day.
It has been. We've run the gamut of weather.
We have.
For
It's
sure
cold
have.
out there now.
Let's talk about the Golden Arches now. McDonald's is going old school to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Happy Meal.
Happy Meal. You guys all remember those old school Happy Meal toys? I'm sure I remember the older ones, but those McDonald's kids meals packed in red boxes with a toy, those were first introduced in 1979. So the fast food chain is bringing back some of the most popular toys from the past to celebrate. From November 7th through the 11th, a special limited edition Happy Meal will be available in more than 90 countries. And some of the retro surprise toys include Grimace, Space Jam, Bugs Bunny, Power Rangers, the Hamburglar, My Little Pony. Remember that? Power Rangers. They're going to be in there, too. So all of the old favorites are coming back.
Do the kids know Birdie and Grimace and Hamburglar? Are they around now?
Yeah, they're in the commercials.
I think, yeah.
Still,
Still
yeah.
around?
I think,
Okay.
Hamburglar, Grimace, whatever. I don't know about,
I used to buy them for
Little Pony and
myself
stuff.
because I like the smaller portions.
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
when you're on a diet, you're watching your weight.
They're the healthier ones.
Well, coming up next, we talk about the Ohio State football team who landed a huge recruit today. Plus, the future of Buckeye basketball is right now. We'll take a look at the stellar freshman class and hear from them next.
It's National Caregivers Month, and James expert Annie Trance is here to explain why it's so important to recognize and support these heroes.
Well, we really see cancer as a family disease, as it impacts everyone who surrounds the person who's diagnosed with cancer. And caregivers are really the backbone to that support, providing physical, emotional, and practical care. And all of that can take a toll on a caregiver's own well-being.
What advice would you give to the caregiver of a patient with cancer?
That it's okay to ask for help, and that it's okay to accept help, that can really give you the tools needed to stay physically and emotionally healthy and better able to care for your loved one.
What about those around them? What would you tell them?
To not forget about the caregivers, that just as you're checking in on the person who's diagnosed with cancer, to check in with their primary support person, see how they're doing and what help they may also need.
Learn more at cancer.osu.edu/JCFL.
It's as simple as this. Go to Riker.com, choose your vehicle, choose your options, the payment you want, and schedule when you want to take delivery. Buy fast, secure, and 100% online. It's just that easy with Riker Express Checkout. With our non-commissioned sales staff, you can buy at your pace and budget from wherever you are. Riker Express Checkout is ready at home, the office, or in the showroom, so you can celebrate taking delivery and enjoy your new vehicle even faster. Riker Express Checkout. Speed, convenience, value. We're dealing.
6, 7, 8.
Big dreams start with small steps. But dedication can get you there. So just start small. Start saving. Easily set, track, and control your goals right from the Chase mobile app. Chase. Make more of what's yours.
After 60 years, Front Room Furnishings and 50 Off Furniture are going out of business forever. It's a complete and total liquidation of every item in every department and every store. Drastic price reductions have been taken on all fine furniture, mattress sets, and more. We must sell it all, right down to the bare walls. Fine area rugs that add warmth and beauty to any room are a whopping 70% off. So hurry in today. You don't want to miss this incredible opportunity to buy local and save big. After 60 years, Front Room Furnishings and 50 Off Furniture are closing the doors and going out of business forever. Buildings for sale. Go to frontroombuildings.com.
Chris Spielman here for Volunteer Energy. Anytime you can save a little money, it's a good thing. That's why my natural gas supplier is Volunteer Energy. Volunteer Energy is still my choice for natural gas, but now they're my electricity choice too. And when you join our team, hey, the only change you'll see is the low rates supplied by Volunteer Energy. So tackle rising gas and electricity costs by going to volunteerenergy.com and get on our team. Volunteer Energy, my choice for natural gas and electricity.
The Ohio State Buckeyes are enjoying their second and final bye week of the season. Then it's a pair of easy games in Maryland and Rutgers, followed by that brutal finish in Penn State and Michigan. Now, the Buckeyes are hoping this week will help them get healthy for the stretch run, but it always seems like players get banged up in the month of November. Your toughness will be tested, so will your depth. Head coach Ryan Day feels good about both. He looks at his roster and sees plenty of guys who can contribute over the final 4 games.
At this point of the year, and you know, a guy goes down or a guy, you know, is out in the game, and you have to put a guy in. You don't even know what you have, you know, and so I think we have a good feeling of where everybody's at in our team. You know, it's almost 3 deep because those guys have got so many reps in games.
Big news from a future Buckeye today. Marvin Harrison Jr., the top wide receiver in the state of Pennsylvania, committed to Ohio State. Harrison is the son of NFL Hall of Famer Marvin Harrison. He becomes the 6th player in the Buckeyes class of 2021. The OSU basketball team opens the regular season in 6 days against Cincinnati. That is a big-time home opener. Last night we got a chance to see the Bucs in action in a preseason game against Cedarville. Head coach Chris Holtman says he was pleased with the way his 4 freshmen handled the spotlight, and you can tell the kids had a pretty good time in their first college game.
It was awesome because we worked out together all summer, and in open gyms we played against each other. But us all getting in the same jersey and playing as a unit, it just felt amazing as like us playing as brothers.
Thursday night high school football, we have a good one. St. Francis de Sales against Bishop Hartley. Hartley down by a point with just under 3 minutes to go. These teams are very good. The gift to Jalen January. October may be wrapping up, but January's just getting started. How about that? 6-yard touchdown, 2-point conversion, good. Hawks go on to win it by the final of 20-13. Here is our schedule for 1st and 10 tomorrow night. We'll begin with our game of the week. We have Jonathan Alder against London. That's going to be a good one. Dublin Kaufman at Upper Arlington. Westerville Central at Olentangy. We have Westerville South hosting Olentangy Orange, plus Thomas Worthington on the road against Olentangy Berlin. Hope to see you at Pick North for their game against Gahanna.
Finally.
Finally. We'll be in Reynoldsburg as they host Lancaster. Groveport at New Albany. Independence making the trip to Walnut Ridge. Finally, we have Fairbanks on the road against West Jefferson. 10 games on 1st and 10. Hope you join us tomorrow night at 11:15. Yolanda, the Gahanna grad, says finally when
I keep saying, when's Gahanna going to be a game of the week? When's Gahanna going to be covered? When's Gahanna?
All the emails are actually your burner accounts, your fake Hotmails and stuff that you're sending. You sound like the emails we get.
Well, yeah, the people want to know. Finally, you guys. All right, Gahanna will be on this.
We got you, Lions. We got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, she is. Goodness, she's a tough
Somebody has to. All right, we'll be back with a check of the forecast. Stay with us.
Stop into Menards and save big money on all of your home improvement needs. Help keep your closet organized with this closet-made 5 to 8 foot wire closet kit. It installs fast and easy. The closet kit is on sale for only $39.99. Right now, all Serta Perfect Sleeper mattresses are on sale. Get this queen-size Blue Ridge mattress with Cool Twist gel foam for just $389. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Along the Italian Mediterranean, the freshest ingredients are hand-picked. At Bravo, our executive chefs are inspired by the Italian Mediterranean way of cooking from scratch. Introducing our new Alfredo Fresco dishes. Fresh fettuccine, simple and honest ingredients. Only at Bravo.
When you're driving a legend, nothing gets in your way, work or play. The tough built-in-the USA Tundra, the rugged Tacoma, and the ready-for-adventure 4Runner. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best trucks money can buy. Trucks that legends are made of. Now, during Toyota Truck Month, get $1,000 cash back on a new 4Runner, $3,000 back on Tundra, with Toyota Care 2-year no-cost maintenance plan. Drive a legend. Toyota, let's go places.
It's starting to happen every day. People are surprising themselves the moment they realize they can do more with less asthma. Thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't for sudden breathing problems. It can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Don't use if allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor right away about signs of inflamed blood vessels such as rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection and before stopping any asthma medicines, including oral steroids. Do more with less asthma. Talk to your doctor about Dupixent.
Take it off right now, Sam. I didn't bring anything else to wear.
What's up, Nick?
Daddy, make her take it off.
Not this again.
She's just being her usual bratty.
No sharing clothes without
Ouch, she's hurting
Stop
me.
it, young ladies. You're both going to be punished when we...
Daddy, are you okay? No, Daddy.
I'm Kevin Curtis, and I'm a lawyer. A bad accident can alter your world or the world of your loved ones. That's why I'm here. Call me. And remember, I don't get paid unless you get paid.
10 TV's Commit to be Fit is sponsored by Ohio Health, your Central Ohio YMCA, your Columbus and Franklin County Metro Parks, and by Columbus Public Health. 10 TV's Digital Broadcast Center is sponsored by Lindsay Honda.
Breezy and chilly tomorrow morning at the bus stop. The thermometer will say the upper 20s to right around 30, but it will feel like the upper teens and low 20s. We get some sunshine tomorrow afternoon, though.
All right.
Well, have a good night, everybody.
And sweet dreams.